What it is, what is up, what is good, gamers? This is Shonuff71, aka Digadulamite.
That purple bling bling, y'all never forget.
And your auditory canals are tuned into episode 256 of the Gaming Vessels podcast. Now, I'm not in the digital studio alone. Along with me are my partners in crime. First on deck, we got Dez, a.k.a. the Bay Area Terror, a.k.a. the High Res Lover.
That's me.
A.k.a. the Cat Daddy, a.k.a. that gamer stepdaddy. How's it going, man?
Great. It's going really good. To be completely honest, I started my new job, this past week. So just getting back in that rat race. It was rough. It was rough getting up early and commuting, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. Didn't get a lot of gaming in because, my body was not ready. The body was like, no. The body was like, what are you doing, man? So, but I'm thinking, next week, the coming weeks will be okay. So I'm feeling okay. So we're glad to be here.
Good. And of course, our show is a no-go without Trader Joe, a.k.a. Jabroni Chief.
Yeah.
But you might also know him as the Food Max of Gaming, who can maximize your gaming dollar. What's going on?
Not much. Just kind of getting back into the flow. It's just like Dez. I had some time off because of my birthday and all that business. So I went back to work on Wednesday. I've been trying to catch up. Man, oh man. So, but other than that, just the usual stuff. Maximizing my gaming dollar. I took my birthday as an initiative to do some retail fraud. So, just if longtime listeners know, I talked about me and my dad like returning games, and doing all that. So I happened to have a sealed game that I already obtained a second copy of. I recently got the Persona 3 Reload Aegis edition, and so part of the package was a sealed copy of Persona 3 Reload, and so it didn't have any not for resale stickers or anything over the UPC. So, since it was quote unquote my birthday, I just conveniently had I got this as a gift and I don't have a receipt. So it's like went to my favorite retailers. I went to Walmart first and they said we don't take anything without a receipt. Sorry. So I got the pushback, but I went to Target and Target pretty much just said, okay, we'll give you this merchandise card. Remember that these types of returns are limited up to $100 per year. So it's like, okay. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. They even gave me a free Starbucks cup because it was just recently my birthday. So I got to give it up to them. So I got a merchandise card for I was surprised because the game has been on sale like other retailers for like $40, and they gave me a card for $70. I'm like, oh God.
Oh wow.
What have I done? What have I done?
Mm-hmm.
Don't turn me into the state. I want Gavin Newsom to knock on my door and ready to take me to small claims court or something. So, or Target.
Yeah.
This is all evidence, man.
Mm-hmm.
I better have you scrub all this from the beginning of the show, Biz. But yeah, I've been having good times. Maximizing my gaming dollar. I bought Skull and Bones for $15, so I don't know. Maybe that was like $14.
You just
too
flushed
much.
Those gaming dollars down the toilet for that one.
Oh, come on. We're like, equal opportunity gaming over here, So,
Yeah.
So I'll check out some. I actually played. Remember?
Have you played EDF 6 yet, sir?
Yes, I had. I played it before you did because I bought the import. So
Have you played Grand Blue Relink, sir?
No, not yet.
And you've got these good games, and you're going out and buying trash. That's what I don't understand. I'm trying to make that make sense in my own head, but I'm
Man, everyone's a critic. Jeez.
I didn't say anything, so leave me out of it. I didn't say nothing.
I'm just trying to make it make sense. That's
like,
all I'm doing.
I didn't say nothing.
It's like if I bought like, generic toilet paper. It's like, why you buy that generic toilet paper for? You should get.
I mean, there is a difference though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, let's be honest.
I'm hoping I play Skull and Bones. I might look at it later.
I'm hoping I play. I am hoping I play. That's like they say, what is it?
I got to concentrate on the summer backlog blowout. That's what I got to do right now. So.
I mean,
and there are good games in that backlog that you have, and yet you're doing this. That's what I'm just trying to make it make sense.
Yeah,
I saw it's like, oh damn, it's only $15. I better get it before it sells out.
I don't know either, but he's happy. That's why I'm like, okay, sir.
Yeah.
You're obviously love games.
Yeah. I'm looking at GameStop right now, $9 trade-in value. So if I decide, hey, I don't want the Skull and Bones anymore, hey, guess what? I'll lose like what, $2, $3 maybe. Get a boost. I don't know.
That's funny. You make
it's
me
Skull
laugh.
And Bones. I think I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it now. I'm gonna give my book report on the next episode.
Give my
book
report.
You do that
next episode.
Okay. I'll either have to come up and say, oh Kevin, I should have not bought that. I should have been playing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and of course I do want to play that game, and I do want to play EDF 6. So.
Why did I do this, Kevin?
Why did I do it?
And I'd be like, well,
I did buy Assassin's Creed Mirage recently too, so it's like,
yeah, that's much better.
I paid $20 for it. Better.
Oh my God.
I bought what is it, Outcast: A New Beginning, and I bought Flintlock. So I feel what you're putting over there. I can kind of understand. I got it for cheap, so it is what it is. But damn, Joe.
I'm looking at it right now. It's still sealed. Who knows? Maybe I'd be able to go to Target, or something.
I mean, maybe.
Come up. There you
go. Will that push you over your $100 limit for the year?
Yes, it will. And then the Gaming Vessels will be a 2-man podcast, and you'll be processing my bench.
Just sounds scary. So, but I understand. Like, I totally understand, sir. You're out here trying to live your best life. Have at it.
It was a birthday treat. I saw Skull and Bones for $15. In fact, I ordered it while I was at your house, Desmond.
Oh, was that? Oh, that's the game you ordered. I didn't realize you ordered Skull and Bones.
Yeah,
but,
I ordered Skull and Bones.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, buddy? I just want you to have fun. Enjoy it.
Yes. I want to be a pirate. Yes.
All right. All critiques aside, we're going to move on to what is always our first topic on a docket, and that's going to be our playlist and summer backlog update. So let's kick things off with Dez this week. What you been playing, and what is the update on your summer backlog, sir?
Well, due to the newness of this job, I haven't really played much of anything because it's just been the job and going to bed early and trying to train my body to get up earlier. So I haven't really done much of anything, but I have been still plugging away at Sea of Stars. That is part of my backlog. So it's there. Like, the story is engaging and it's long and it's got tear jerk moments, and it's got a lot of drama, and it's fun. If you haven't played it, definitely play it, and I've been enjoying it. But I didn't realize, at the beginning, if you go back and listen to those old episodes when we were talking about this, I was like, oh, it's got to be 20 hours. It's got to be this. It's got to be that. No, 20 hours is a long time to play a game. So I'm glad that we dropped it to 15 because I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with this new job and what other stuff that I do in life. So I was like, damn. So had to rethink that because this is a 20-hour game, but I've been playing it for almost over 20 hours. So, I'm far in the game. The game progresses and it keeps moving, and it like I'm not bored with it, but I'm just like, damn, where's this end coming? Another turn. I guess I'm in the third act. I don't know, but at least the story is engaging, and I'm still getting stuff and learning. So again, the game is still great, longer than I expected, which is not a bad thing. But for this challenge, I don't know. So
You might be eating, or wait, me and you might be paying for Kev's food. Who knows?
we might be paying for Kev's food. We might be putting down for Kev's food. So, but I will do it. I will beat it. I will beat it. We've got over a month left, just over a month left. I can do it. I feel it in my body. I feel it in my bones. I can do it. So, but yeah, Sea of Stars on my backlog. I think the next game I'm gonna play is Spider-Man Miles Morales. That's 15 hours, and then I'm gonna probably play. I got to pick another one that I have to play, and I'm not really sure. It might be Guardians of the Galaxy because I really enjoyed that what I played, but then other games kind of took it, and that's about 15 hours as well. So I might work on those. Not sure yet, but I think those two are gonna be the ones that I'm gonna take care of. I also tried another game, which was funny enough, Wizardry. They just released the updated Grand Super the Greatest episode, and it was Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. It came out in what was it, September 2023, and it is a remake of the original Wizardry game back that came out like long time ago in like 1981 on like the Atari or something, and it has like all up to the latest graphics and everything, but it is like a classic dungeon crawler with with no frills. Like they increased like the fire effects. It's like a Bard's Tale or something like that, where it's a first person dungeon crawler. It's like the classic quintessential dungeon crawler that influenced Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Etrian Odyssey. Like any kind of dungeon crawler or RPG was pretty much was inspired by this game. And they released it, and I was like, hey, it's on sale. I really like dungeon crawlers. Let's see how this is. And I'll tell you, that game is hard as hell, and like you just get smoked. Like it's just like I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah. No joke with that game.
No, sure, it is not. Like you were expected to have your characters die, and the cool thing about it is your characters will die, but they will get lost in the maze, and so you can actually find them and bring them back. So it's not this, oh, you're just gonna stay in there and you're gonna know. You literally have to leave the maze, level up and then go back in, and it's just rough. I was not expecting it. Like I was expecting more quality of life stuff like it is now. Like games are nowadays, but no, those classic games, they were rough, and this one kind of retains that. I mean, and you can actually put it in its classical look, and you can overlay the classic look of it in the bottom right corner, or you can actually put it on so it looks like it's like an overlay that you're walking and playing the old game with like those old vector graphics and everything. I think it's vector graphics, but it's just a fun little game, and it looks good. It's fun. It's no frills. If you like dungeon crawlers and you're like super old and you want to see this game, or if you're young and want to try, this game, I think you'd really like it, especially if you like dungeon crawlers. It's a really fun game. It's a really fun game. Like I said, it's super cheap now, so if you got the expendable cash, I definitely would play this. Just it's like a really fun little blast from the past, because again, I had heard of this game, but I never got to play it, because it was way before my time. But I definitely have heard of it, being a gamer and RPG player and stuff like that. So I've definitely heard of the game before. So,
What
but
platform did you buy it on?
PS5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bought it on PS5. So it's the super the greatest version. So
It's a Digital Eclipse game too, which I don't know if you knew or not, but the same people that did the Atari 50th anniversary collection. So
I did not, but it looks fun. Hard as nails though. Be prepared, but it's good. So with that, I'll kick it over to Joe and see how Joe's doing on his playlist and summer backlog Blowout. I know Joe might be coming out his pockets for some food, and I'm here for it.
Hey, Hales did the no-nos. I'm going to get
You say that now, but I don't think so, sir.
Hales, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be like, we'll have to see who's paying for dessert per Goonies suggestion. I even forgot. What was this? If all three of us?
If all three of us do it, what happens is, because here's what happens. If one of us does everything, then we go and we celebrate that person, and they get a free dinner and a free dessert. If two people beat it, then the person who didn't win or didn't do anything or didn't pass the test or whatever, the blowout, will buy dinner for the other two, and then they will buy one for the person who beat the most games. We'll get dessert.
Got it.
And then if all three of us do it, we all just split the check, and the person who beat the most games gets a free dessert on the other two. So simple as that.
Thank you for the explanation for our own challenge, which I'm a part of, which I should probably know, but
It's okay, sir. I know.
I'm too busy scheming over here like a bastard. So
yeah, scheming and dreaming.
Yep, you know it. But as far as what I played in the last week, Secret of Mana is one of my games on my backlog list. It's one of the games I wanted to get to, and I played more of it. So
that's
kind
great.
of brought back some memories of the SNES Classic on there. I've been going back and forth playing with either updated music, orchestrated music, and the original SNES soundtrack, and I've been going back and forth just to get a feel for both on there. Overall the game's kind of, it's reflecting its age a bit, so I'm kind of curious once I do finish this game as far as either checking out Trials of Mana on there and see what changed from Senken Densetsu 2 and Senken Densetsu 3 on there, because Trials of Mana is basically an updated version of the sequel to Secret of Mana that never came out here in the West, and so curious between the two. And then obviously Visions of Mana comes out later this month on there, which there is a demo available, but right now, because I'm playing this particular title, I don't even want to fire that up or play that, because I might decide not to play Secret of Mana afterwards, given the fact that the gameplay has probably evolved quite a bit. So on there. And then our impromptu game night on Thursday, I was just kind of checking out some stuff. QuakeCon is going on right now, and id released a newest to greatest version of Doom and Doom 2 for the PS5 and other platforms, and so I already had the game purchased on my PlayStation account, so it was a free upgrade. So I would just happen to, during game night, just playing the original Doom on there, and it is Doom. It's just running a little bit better than the PS4 version I previously played, and still fun. Obviously, I was tripping out because of the fact that there's no mouse look with the game, because the game does not have mouse look. Back in the day, it was just basically moving left, right, forward and back on there. So, and it plays very well. And I think what they did is they added a new map or a new level pack with this particular release. So, and it runs great. So, I don't think I could put Doom and Doom 2 on my backlog on there.
Yeah, you can.
But I don't think it's a 15-hour game. So.
Are you sure? It might be.
I'll have to see.
Well, look it up.
I'll look it up, but I did doink around with that a bit. And as far as other games I might decide to pick up, I know I downloaded Jeanne d'Arc, the PSP strategy RPG from Level 5. Always been wanting to finish. I played quite a bit on the PSP, so that might be my other game. Or I might decide to do something portable, like maybe do some Switch or Steam Deck and pick a game there that I could kind of fit within the challenge on there. And one thing I was going to ask you guys, if the game's based on how to beat is under 15 hours, but if my game clock manages to go over 15 hours, would that be acceptable? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you spend 15 hours beating the game, doesn't matter how.
Okay, you got it. So I might decide, I might open up the floodgates for like something, because you know me, I love to min max my games, So
Yeah. I mean, seriously, these are just averages for a lot of these games that I was looking at. So it could take longer, it could be shorter. It just depends on how diligent you are in your gameplay.
yeah. Okay.
So people like to take their times with games too. So definitely take your time. If you want to take your time with it or
Savor
something.
the flavor. Yes.
Yeah, savor it, Joe. Make it taste good.
Chef's kiss. And with this chef's kiss, I'm going to ask Kevin what you've been up to this past week, sir.
That's
Well,
scary.
yeah, they're very scary. But I have been out sick with COVID this past week. So yeah, my symptoms weren't bad. They were just really annoying. Like I couldn't go 3 minutes without coughing up a lung, that type of thing. So I was off work for a week, which is probably how I was able to get my backlog blowout challenge completed. And I did that by wrapping up Kena Bridge of Spirits. It is a game that I was curious about. Never bought it, and I'm glad I didn't, because this is definitely not a Kevin game. It's a very good game, but it's not a show enough game. And what I mean by that is it is very puzzle intensive. It is environmental puzzle intensive. So if you really like, say, like the traditional Zelda, maybe going into these I don't even know if I would put it in that category even. It's just a lot of, you just have to be willing to look under every nook and cranny to figure out how to make your progress. And the game does not hold your hand. The environments are not very large, but the game does not hold your hand in guiding you as to where you need to go. There will be a dot on your map that will point you to your next story waypoint, but how you get there, you're not going to get you're going to get very limited help from that map, because the premise of this is that this village has been ravaged by this what you would call the rot god. And it has brought calamity, death, and destruction to this village. You are Kena, a spirit guide, trained by her father in the ways of guiding spirits, and your task is to restore health to this village and basically assist the spirits that have been corrupted into transferring over to the other side, kind of dealing with their regrets, their fears, their traumas, which are represented by the enemies that you confront. And that's basically the premise of the game. Graphically, it's beautiful. Combat is limited. There are some difficulty spikes that come along during the course of the game that are really unnecessary, because the game doesn't give you the proper tools to handle it. What I mean by that is, in most of your modern 3D action games, if an enemy is approaching you, you'll see like an arrow that's pointing to an enemy that's off camera, and will let you know, hey, you've got an enemy in the peripheral that's might be getting ready to do something. You might want to address that. That does not exist in this game. Not that this game throws a lot of enemies at you, but there are some bosses that randomly generate enemies. And if you're not constantly focused on that boss and attacking them and interrupting their moves, you can get easily overwhelmed. And the game does not give you the proper tools to handle that. Uh, as far as the puzzles go, I'm not a puzzle guy. I would imagine if you are into puzzles, that this would probably rank somewhere in the easy to mid-range difficulty in figuring things out. I cannot stand puzzles in games, so I used a walkthrough, 100% clarity here. Your man ain't taking time to figure this stuff out.
That's fine.
I'm just
That's fine.
I did the walkthrough, and it's I think the story's good. Graphics are very pretty. To think that this was this studio's first foray into gaming, I think it's a great. I think it was a great first effort. It does have some shortcomings, like I mentioned before, but it's I would be interested in seeing what else they do. If it's a puzzle game, I won't be buying it though. I played this through because this game was available on PlayStation Plus. I downloaded it, never got around to it. But when Fate Remnant shit the bed, I switched from that to this, and that was the second leg of my summer backlog challenge. I'm probably going to go and wrap up Sonic Frontiers as well, because I have made some significant progress in that game, and it's a fun game. So that'll probably be the next game that I do my bonus.
We got bonuses.
Yeah, I've completed it, but I might do that. The other games I've been still playing some Helldivers 2. There was a recent update because they have a new war bond out, and the community is not happy. Apparently, meta builds have been nerfed again, and this has all been done to make the new war bond more desirable. Which, if that's the case, that's some shady stuff that Arrowhead's doing. I heard a really good suggestion. There's this gaming podcast that airs daily on YouTube. It's called Reforge Gaming, and it's pretty entertaining. It's just kind of like one guy kind of riffing off with his opinions on the state of the industry and gaming in general. And he said something that made a lot of sense. He said that because this is not a PvP, and I believe this guy got his start as a Destiny streamer and moved on to other free-to-play games before he transitioned into just talking about gaming in general. I believe that's his background, but don't quote me on that. But he said something that made a lot of sense. Because this game is not PvP, has no PvP elements in it at all, he said that they need to embrace what he's calling the what did he call it? It was like the ingenuity of chaos, or something with chaos, meaning that the idea of this game is to have broken builds, and for the players to enjoy those broken builds. And he came up with a scenario, because since Helldivers is basically what do you call it? What was that movie where you fought all them bugs?
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. He said you could come up with an idea where, okay, the Super Earth has released some funds for a new division of research and development for weapons and stratagems, and they could just randomly select these weapons that have been buffed up to the nines, and making these weapons, offering the Helldivers weapons to test them out in the field. And you can implement, well, not, it's not super safe, and it's not this, it's not that. So go out there and do your part for Super Earth. And you go out there with these overamped stratagems, these overamped primary and secondary weapons, and you just let chaos reign supreme type of thing. And you just embrace that. And then after a certain period, that weapon set or that stratagem set will you could say, like, okay, we've got the data that we need. This is the next round of research that we need the Helldivers to do. So you just constantly have that in rotation, and it could be stuff that you already have. If it's stuff that you already have, then it's automatically buffed. If it's something that you don't have, it's going to give you an incentive to pursue the medals to unlock that in gameplay. If it's in a war bond that you didn't buy, it could be something that could incentivize you to go to that war bond, but you're not nerfing the stuff that's already out. You're just using a kind of like a random select to make certain weapons and certain stratagems OP. So there's always going to be the meta builds are still going to be what they are, but there'll be opportunity to adjust those meta builds and bring a certain level of, like you said, chaos to the gameplay. It's like, yeah, well, this bombardment, which was okay before, is just now super accurate now. Or this weapon, which was okay against the bots, just shreds them now. It could add a little bit better gameplay options to it, and I thought that really made sense. I'm still having fun with Helldivers 2. I've switched, it's not because I wanted to, it's because I had to, because I suck with the flamethrower. I moved to an ammo-based build, so I'm using a lot of heavy machine guns, rocket launchers, grenade launchers in the builds that I'm utilizing. I honestly haven't seen that much of a nerf from what I've observed, and just in my gameplay. I will probably buy the latest war bond that's out and start working on unlocking the stuff in that, because I want to keep up with the Joneses in the meta, it's just because I like the game. So that's been a big part of what I've been playing. I am also 35 missions deep into Earth Defense Force 6.
Damn.
Loving that game. It
Damn.
is
Save some for the rest of us.
Man, it's wild. I've seen some critiques about it. People have been saying that, well, you fight the same enemies and there's not a whole lot of enemy variety, and maybe that's true. I don't know.
EDF, come on.
It's been a while since I played EDF 5, but all I can say is that utilizing a different class, which is what I started off, because usually my go-to is either the fencer or the ranger. I just said, I'm going to try something completely, a class I've never played before. So it was either going to be the flyer, I forget what they call them, or the
air diver,
or it was going to be the air raider. Yeah. So I chose the air raider, and I tell you, man, the air raider has become my favorite class. They're
fun.
I'm very drone centric. The air raider has access to drones, and the drones that you have just kill everything. It's the minor adjustments to my primary build. I have to make them maybe depending on what it is that I'm fighting, but I make sure that I have at least one set of drones in my loadout, because those drones just destroy. It doesn't matter if it's an aerial-based enemy or a ground-based enemy. They just shred everything. I've got bomber drones that just blow up entire blocks of the city. And it is just ridiculous, over the top fun. I'm fighting these 4-story tall Halo looking, Master Chief looking aliens, and it's absolutely amazing. I have no complaints about EDF6. It's to me it feels better. It runs better, definitely. I have noticed the only time I notice slowdown is when you're approaching, like, say there was one mission where the aliens had taken over a quarry, and the quarry is huge. So as you're approaching, you see all these itty bitty ants in the quarry, and as you're approaching, there was some slowdown. But once you actually get into the quarry, I haven't noticed any slowdown whatsoever. It seems to slow down when you're dealing with a mass of enemies from a distance away, but as you approach, the slowdown just goes away. So
have you gone in and changed your settings?
Yeah, I'm playing in performance.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm playing performance. I'm just saying what I've noticed. When you have a mass of objects in a distance, and the only level I noticed that is the quarry level. When you're approaching a mass of enemies in the distance, like something on a level playing field, like if you're in the city, which most of the fights take place in the city. I haven't seen that, but that quarry level, for whatever reason, there was some slowdown. But the game is great. I love the air raider. Fighting the giant frogs are back, and it's hilarious to fight them because they think that they're hiding behind these buildings and you can't see them, and you send, like, my favorite thing to do is to send the sniper drone out after them, and the sniper drone is like one hit, one kill. It almost doesn't matter what it is you're fighting. You send that sniper drone out there, and it'll follow them behind the building, blast them. And you see this frog head just go rolling down the street.
Mm.
It is just, that game is just so much fun.
Well,
I gotta play it. I have it downloaded. I just haven't played it yet.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to, so maybe we'll get a 4-player game. I know Christian was watching me play when I was playing a few weeks ago, like maybe a month ago now.
So yeah, been playing that. I've played a little bit more of Sonic Frontiers, still enjoying that game. And what else? And I played a little bit more of Flintlock. I'm probably going to go back and play some more this afternoon. It's not as bad. I said my impressions. This isn't a review. It's just impression because I haven't finished the game. It's not as bad as people say. Is the combat, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. It's kind of like if Souls games are, this well balanced, beautifully brewed, German beer, then this is like the Bud Light version of it. That's really the best way I can describe it. It's okay. Am I going to buy this game? I haven't. I'm leaning towards no, but I kind of want to play some more just to see. The story, I think, is probably one of the more interesting aspects to it, other than the combat. But again, it's serviceable, and I think I think on sale, or I think, isn't this game something like $40?
It's $49.99 retail.
That's okay. That's okay.
Bad.
That's not bad. No. So I think if you are remotely interested in action games, or particularly Souls games, and you just kind of want instead of the full-bodied version, you want the Bud Light. You want to try something on the lighter side of Souls. I think this is a great option.
I hate to say it, that's why I bought it.
The digital is $10 cheaper. It's like $39.99. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, there you go. If you don't care about having the physical edition, then it's definitely worth $39 for sure. So that's going to be all I have been playing this past week. So we're going to move on from that to our main event discussion. So I'm passing the mic to you, Des. Take it away.
All righty. So for this main event, I thought it was very interesting because the Olympics are going on right now, and so I wanted to pose to my compatriots and all you listeners out there, do you think professional gamers are similar to athletes in other sports? Why or why not? Let us know your thoughts, and we will share them on our next episode. So I'm going to kick that over to Jabroni Chief. Jabroni Chief, do you consider yourself an athlete, sir? I mean, you're not competitive, but I'm just, but do you consider professional gamers? I mean, people who are like got sponsorships and stuff like that. Do you consider that?
Yeah, because I mean, they train for hours and hours at a time. I mean, I'm not a particular fan of, because every game award, Jeff Keighley gets up there in the pre-show and they name all these like epic esports moment of the year and like esports representative of the year and then the esports coach. I mean, there's a lot of back and forth involved. I mean, you gotta consider even watching Evo and other fighting tournaments. I mean,
exactly.
These cats don't play. They play, but
exactly. And I think that's what I was thinking about. It's just like because everyone thinks about like esports and they think about like people playing CS:GO and stuff like that and like the first person stuff. But some of these people who go to Evo and compete and win like prizes, I think that they can be considered athletes 100%. Yes, more to add. I don't want to cut you off, but I just figured, when you said Evo, I was like, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends like Omar and other people in the past where they have gone down to LA at the Staples Center. I think that's called like what it's something else now. I think it's like it's not Staples Center anymore. It's like it's basically some sort of
just let us know. Yeah,
Bitcoin's related to Bitcoin.
Bitcoin Stadium.
Yeah, something like that. So, but he went down to go watch, League of Legends, the championships down there. And so even though I'm not a big fan of the MOBA, it's like I even know a MOBA from my hole in the ground kind of thing, MOBA. So it's like, just imagine that those teams, they play 6 days a week, 13 hours a day, practicing, working on their teamwork, working on their coordination, strategy, so on and so forth. Yeah, it's something else, So, whether it would be as part of an Olympic event. I mean, if Olympics now have breakdancing and other sports, I could definitely think that they could put professional gaming in as well. It just depends on what game they would select on there. I know the Olympic organization themselves, there was kind of an inquiry regarding why there wasn't a Sonic and Mario Olympic game this go around, and they basically said that they didn't renew their license with Sega because they wanted to pursue more stuff with like Bitcoin and other other opportunities, in that they wanted to create something that created like a downloadable content and the free to play content. So that's what they stated they wanted to do with the Olympics. And I'm not sure if they accomplished that, because I don't think there's any Olympic game or title out in conjunction with the 2024 Summer Olympics, at least. So
that's not cool.
I know, not cool at all. But overall, yeah, gaming is a professional, I consider them as being professional athletes. So
I'm here for it too.
how about
I
you,
agree,
Kev?
my friend.
Yeah, they're definitely professional athletes. I mean, they go through the same issues that what we would call, real athletes, meaning those that play a physical sport. Like I saw an interview. They were interviewing Punk. He won Street Fighter 6 Evo this year, and I think he was eliminated in the World Esports for Street Fighter 6. I think either the first or second day, but they interviewed him, and he's been pretty open about some of the things that he's gone through, and a lot of these guys they go to athletic oriented psychiatrists for just to keep their mind right, because they're constantly playing. And I think when people say, "Oh, well, you're not a real athlete," if they either A, don't know anything about video games, never played a video game, have no interest in them, or B, if they do and they're players themselves, they think that because they're the Ace Boone Coon and they're a little small group of friends, or they go online and they rank high in the online rankings, that they're the bee's knees. And it's like, oh yeah, I could go in there and I can go in there and do that. It's really different playing online, or playing online with your group of friends, or playing in person with your little group of friends. You may be a big fish in a very small pond there. It's something else when you're going into a tournament, even locals, because like at Evo, that was on perfect display with the Street Fighter 3 tournament they had going on. They had the dude that was playing Hugo was demonstrating new tech for a game that's dang near 30 years old.
Yeah, I was noticing that too when they're talking
It's
about it.
like, bruh, this game is almost everybody thought that there was nothing new. Everyone thought that there was nothing new that could be discovered about this game, right? Particularly from a character that's considered on the bottom rung of the roster as far as the tier list goes. No, that dude that was doing all the splits and everything, my man was coming up with all kinds of tech with Hugo, and damn near won the tournament. I mean, he had to fight Chun-Li, and Chun-Li is just like S tier in Street Fighter 3. So that's a very difficult hill to climb. But the fact that he made it as far as he did with Hugo is a testament to that. These people put forth hours and hours. They spend money. Like Mina RD is constantly running out to Japan to train against literally the best in the world in Street Fighter. Money out of his own pocket. I would just assume I don't know if he's sponsored, but he goes and he trains with the best in the world in foreign countries. Like, this is their job. Punk does the same thing. Like Punk just got back from some tournament in Saudi Arabia, I think, and won that, and then turning right around and going to the World Esports tournament, competing for $1 million. So when you're on that level, you are an athlete. You are most definitely a professional athlete. When you are studying your matchups, just like a football team the studies the video of the teams that they're getting ready to play, and looking for weaknesses. You're looking for weaknesses in the character or characters that you use. And I'm using fighting games as the basis because I don't know anything about CS:GO and Call of Duty and all that. I'm going to assume that it's the same there as well. But since fighting games is what I'm interested in, that's kind of like the zone I'll stick with. You're figuring out the weaknesses in the character that you've chosen to play, and you're testing those weaknesses against the strength of those characters that you will be fighting against. And you're figuring out your strategies. You're okay if this person jumps in with a heavy whatever, what's how much block stun am I in? What kind of pressure strings can I use that will put me at the least amount of risk if they block everything I throw at them? What's my best normal? What normal can I put out there to keep them in check? What special move can I utilize when testing their defense that's not going to leave me open to counterattack? Is all those different variables for all those different characters that these guys are spending hours and hours and hours every day so that they can master their craft. So absolutely, these cats are athletes, and I would love to see video games become part of the Olympics. I mean, yeah, if they got breakdancing, which by the way, and it's not a diss on breakdancing at all, because you're putting your body at risk spinning on your head. You know, we were not built to spin on our heads. The neck muscles typically aren't very strong. Mm-hmm. So there is no shade at all for at breakdancers, because those dudes and those gals are putting in the work, honing their bodies to do all kinds of flips, and because you mess up, you're landing on hard concrete. There ain't no padded. At least I didn't see him performing on no padded platforms. So
the only criticism I saw online was that the competition was kind of mid. So
not necessarily putting out the super stuff, I guess, huh?
Yeah, or like the competitors weren't like overly like others in the sport. So
well,
I'm not sure about that, because I'm not a break dancing.
Was Turbo out there? Did they have Turbo out there?
I have no clue. No.
He actually passed away, I think. So, so I ain't got no more Turbo. So.
All right. My extent of breakdance knowledge is like Beat Street and Breaking 1 and Breaking 2. That's my extent of breakdancing knowledge.
Beat Street. So
yeah,
yeah, I think you both are incredibly right. That yes, you know, they are the folks who go out there and train and do this stuff. They do, and as popular as Evo is, I think that they are professional athletes, and it's just, I think it's one of those things that's probably going to get bigger as time goes by. So, but yeah, we would love to hear your thoughts. So please, let us know on our Discord, send us an email, let us know your thoughts. We'd love to hear it, and then we can discuss them on our next episode. Just stay tuned, because at the end of the show, Kev will let you know how you can respond to our main event question. But you know what follows me? It's the Jabroni Gaming News.
All right, thank you, Des.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, so first topic on the docket for gaming news this episode.
The second docket. There was already a first docket. Kev already said it. So
all right.
It's actually the third docket. So.
The third docket. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Thank you.
Just let you know.
I'm biting Kev's line and see what happens.
See, look at this.
I'm biting Kev's line. I'm the one that's getting bit. It's
okay. You know, right. You're trying to manifest destiny all over it, and I cannot have that. Sir.
You're telling me manifest this, son. So, but anyway, like I was saying, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, they did modify the game a little bit, and some people were kind of like, I don't know about this, but I guess in the original Dead Rising, players can use a camera to take photos of the action in front of them. By taking photos of specific items of interest, the player is awarded with PP points, which would be prestige points on there. So, but the game would score players' photos on specific categories, including horror, brutality, and outtake on there. And outtake would be like for photos of humorous scenes or zombies with items on their head. Horror would be, of course, zombies or graphic gore and brutality of photos of violence. Now, one of the categories in the original game was erotica, which gave players PP for taking photos of women's cleavage, underwear, or any other revealing clothing. But unfortunately, as in the times that we are in, the upcoming Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster will no longer include the erotica category. So if you want to get your PP points,
I'm sorry, this is so silly. Okay, you're saying, sir, PP points?
Yeah. If you want to get your PP points for taking erotic pictures, guess what? Go play the original Dead Rising or the remaster that's currently on all your favorite platforms on there. The deluxe remaster will not include PP points for erotica. So, yeah. So I don't know what you guys' opinion on the Dead Rising Deluxe remaster, but are you guys there for it or?
No.
You're not? Okay.
No, I mean, and not because of PP points. I could care less about that. It's just I probably will wait until it's cheap because I got the Mass Effect thing when it came out, and while it's cool and everything, it like dropped like a stone. So it's like, so these super the greatest deluxe remasters and stuff like that, while they're cool and they're keeping these IP fresh or whatever they want to call it, I just can't be spending money on that. No, even with the new job, I just can't be spending money on stuff like that. Like there's just too many new games coming out for me, to just kind of like put this back. And this is a Capcom game, right?
Yeah, this is a Capcom game, yeah.
And like Capcom has been like steady doing that with the Resident Evil stuff and everything else. So I'm just like, you know what? I see you. I understand. Maybe times is lean and you just want to, you just want to keep doing it that way. But nah, I'm good. I can wait. I can wait for this to be dropped down. So, which it will be. Trust me, it will be. So I will wait and then I'll pick it up on a sale. So.
Do you think, Kev, if this is going to get picked up by the usual curmudgeon on the interwebs about DEI and all this other bullshit for?
I don't. Well, it already has, but not for this reason. It's because they changed. I think they changed. There's a villain in the original game who's this kind of chunky Asian guy, and they made him a chunky white guy. Ooh. So they're saying, oh, well, we can't have an Asian villain. We have to, of course, it's okay to make the white guy the villain. But from the video that I saw, the dude spoke in a very 1980s broken English kind of racist tone. So I'm actually okay with that because a new customer, that's how he sounded in the original game. And they changed him up. I don't know what the audio sounds for the glow up, quote unquote. They changed him to a white dude. I don't know if he sounds hillbilly or what have you, but it's like, dude, the stuff that I guess people think that just because Capcom is an Asian company or it's a Japanese company that it's almost like they look at, like, I think one of the critics was like, well, isn't this a Japanese company? And why if it's okay for them to put in the original, what's wrong with it? You do know that Japanese and Chinese are completely different, and them folks been having beef for a long time. It's like, you do understand that aspect of world history, right? Apparently not. So I don't have a problem with what they did with that. The PP points, I didn't even know they were in the original game because I never really played the original one. So I'm kind of interested in this one, just kind of running around beating up zombies. Seems kind of interesting. Will I get it day one? That only depends on what I'm playing at the time this game comes out. If I'm playing some other stuff, then I'll get it on the sale list. If not, I'll pick it up day one because it
It's
is a game I intended to play.
It's digitally coming out in September, like later in September, but the physical's coming out, I think, on beginning of November, like November 12th, I think, or something like that. So
Yeah.
and it's $50. It's $50. So
yeah, that's fine by me. And it's like Capcom has been their financials have, because of these remasters and remakes, their financials are the best they've ever been.
Yep. So
it's like, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm here for it, for Capcom's remasters. I would like to see them do some of their other games. Like I would love a Maximo remaster or remake. So as long as they keep making money off of these, that means there's a slightly greater chance that some of the other games that I would like to see them redo, like the Onimusha series, might have a chance at the remake bench. So
yeah, my thing with this game, I mean, if you want to take pictures of erotic items for your PP points, you got the original still. You got the remaster of the original still. So I mean, it's out there. It's not like it's not available. It's cheap. You can, compare the game if need be, but there, unfortunately in this day and age, I mean, misogyny, however cute it might be, shouldn't be in the game, in my opinion. So, but I'm reading the comments on this article on Video Games Chronicle, and there's a lot of back and forth, varying opinions, of course, and some people applauding Capcom for removing it. Some people saying that I don't want any censorship in my games. It's like so on and so forth. But I'm grateful that they actually did this deluxe remaster, because of the fact that Dead Rising as a series was kind of, I hate to say, like dead, like the zombies in the game, because I mean,
you're not wrong.
They farmed it off to Capcom Vancouver for Dead Rising 3 and 4. Dead Rising 3 kind of killed the momentum of the series because they made it a console exclusive on Xbox One, so it's like, I think Microsoft money handed that game to stay on Xbox One because it never got ported to any other platform on there. So, and then Dead Rising 4 was a timed exclusive on the Xbox and eventually made it over to PlayStation at some point. That's if you ever see Dead Rising, Frank's Big Package. Oh, yeah. That's the name of the PS4 edition of Dead Rising. So, and I kind of like the goofy Dead Rising 3 and 4 because I played quite a bit of 3 on it was one of the games on my Xbox One. I actually was like, I'm grateful I have this Xbox One because of Dead Rising 3. So
it's so silly though.
Exclusives. Yeah, the game was super silly. Yeah. So, but I'm here for it. I don't know if it's a $50 get,
Nope.
But, it's a point that I'll probably buy physically, If it gets down to Skull and Bones price level, then maybe, or maybe a little bit above Skull and Bones. Yeah.
Don't sit there and say maybe. It definitely is. Hush. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That is totally fine, sir. I want you to have all the Skull and Bonies you can.
You got it. All right, next news story. There's been a lot of previews of Star Wars Outlaws out in the wild now, and people got a chance to get a look at the gameplay on it. And some people are disappointed because, with it being an open world game, basically the game will not allow you to kill or steal from friendly civilians. And a lot of people were wanting it to be almost like a Star Wars Space Grand Theft Auto, and unfortunately, no, you cannot do that. So
y'all should have known better. What are people thinking? Like, I'm serious.
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm not trying to be like an ass, but this is Star Wars. Like, no, that's not happening in Star Wars. Stop it.
Gaming content creator Jor Raptor, whoever that is, recently stated that he was able to play 4 hours of Star Wars Outlaws.
Lord.
And they were talking to Games Radar, which we're talking about the article from there. So there's no way to kill it, even still from friendly civilians, even though the game is named, Star Wars Outlaws. So they were hoping that there's some bounty hunting in the game and a reputation system, but they're hoping for some like lawless behavior like in a GTA title. But unfortunately, you cannot rob or steal from civilians, and you cannot pick up any space hookers or anything like that.
Oh no! Darn! Space hookers, take it back.
I know. Hopefully, there's a PC mod. You never know, but
Oh, they're gonna mod the hell out of this game. Believe you me.
Yep. But yeah, Star Wars Outlaws is coming out at the end of this month, so it's coming out on August 31st. Any opinions? I mean, we talked about this game before, so day one for any of you two gents?
Nah, I can't allow myself to buy Ubisoft games day one. I just can't, because they go on sale so quickly. It's like no, sorry.
I don't know, because it's a Star Wars license. I'm not sure if it'll keep its value a little bit more. And then Jedi Survivor has stayed up there as far as EA is concerned. So, I mean, there's a possibility.
I don't know.
It's not going to be a Nintendo first party type price, but you never know. Maybe you'll buy it in Japan. Maybe you'll have English in the Japanese version. And
maybe. I doubt it, but
do it that way. But how about you, Kev? Is this a day one get for you?
Probably not. I've never been like super into Star Wars games, with the exception of what was that? It was Rogue Squadron.
I thought you liked Force Unleashed. I know that was
Force Unleashed too, as well. But Rogue Squadron, Force Unleashed were really the only Star Wars games I had any real interest in playing. But this, I don't know. I'm not with the design choice. All the characters look like they should be in Team America. They look like Team America marionettes. I don't think the real thing, the thing that's going on is, they made her ugly. It's like, no, but have you looked at the faces of the other human characters in this game? They all look like Team America. They all got the Team America dimple chin. They all got the exaggerated cheekbones. I'm not feeling that at all. It just doesn't look right. I can't get with that. So I think Star Wars Outlaws is going to be one of those games that I may get on a deep cut sale. The gameplay that I've seen, the AI is dumb as a brick. I mean, literally, you blast some dude who's only a few feet away and they don't hear your laser blaster, that type of stuff. Not that I'm into stealth, but it's like, come on, what are we doing here? You shoot. I think there was in the IGN review, there's a part where you're infiltrating, quote unquote, infiltrating an Imperial base. Stormtrooper comes through this sliding door. Main character shoots him. Couple seconds later, another stormtrooper comes through the same door, shoots that guy. Then one of the officers comes through the door and you shoot that guy. It's like, well, are you not seeing the bodies piled up in front of this? They're just stacking up like logs, and it's like, no, man, this AI is just, the takedowns make noise, they're not silent. So there was a part where I think she's behind a crate, she takes some dude down, and the guy's like, and it's like the other guy, I don't hear nothing. It's like, what do you mean you don't hear nothing? You're literally a few feet away. I don't think this game, and I've heard on other people who have commented on the game, who are actually more talking about the game and not just the other nonsense surrounding it. It seems like this game is trying to be the jack of all trades and the master of none. And I think if they would have trimmed the focus of this game down, and focused on maybe one or two things? Are we going to focus on combat, third person shooting? Are we going to focus on infiltration and stealth? Are we going to focus on, space combat? If they would have just limited the scope to one or two things, it probably could have been a better game. The graphic style is definitely I'm not feeling at all. So I'm not going to be buying this day one for sure. It may be one of those games that I will just wait and until it comes to a substantial discount. It just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah,
well, for me, as you well know, I love me some steelbooks. So and guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what? There is a pre-order at Target, because Target has the exclusive for Ubisoft Steelbooks now. So I am buying this day one. I even put a picture of the Steelbook in our outline so you can gander at it and take a look. But
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, $72.
Yeah, so my pre-order with my Target 5% discount comes to $72. So,
ooh.
I want to. I've been taking a look at the preview coverage. I do like Massive, the developer of this title, the director of my favorite Gap Bulletproof Hoodie, franchise. Tom Clancy's The Division.
They made The Division, yeah. So
yes.
Sure.
Got it. Yeah, the director of The Division 1 and 2 is actually directing this game as well. So I'm gonna check it out. It's going to be delivered to my house, whether I play it right away. I'll be doing my summer backlog blowout, so at least I won't be playing.
You'll be playing Black Flag or what is it? No, Skull and Bones. Yeah, I think that's what you'll be playing.
Now, so for Joe, it'll be his fall backlog blowout.
I'll be on my fall backlog blowout. Maybe we'll have more competitions for the seasons and keep it going on. Keep it going.
There you go. Because if you can't get one, might as well get the other. Is all I'm saying, buddy.
Yep.
Let's do it. Let's do it to it.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to checking it out. I haven't really checked any of the preview coverage. I've already accepted the fact that I want the Steelbook, and I am paying $72 with tax to purchase said title.
That's all that matters. If you're into it.
Who knows? Maybe I'll get the Steelbook and the game and return the actual game and just keep the Steelbook.
Does this version come with the Jabba the Hutt mission that they put behind the paywall?
No, that is the Super Deluxe, Super the Greatest edition. Okay. The one with the I'm not sure if it's pre-order bonus or not. I don't think so. I think it's with the deluxe, and I didn't order the deluxe. I'm not that much of a sucker. So the pre-order bonus, according to the Target.com listing, is a Kessel Runner bonus pack, which includes a Trailblazer Starship cosmetic and a Speeder cosmetic. Oh, crap.
Awesome. Cosmetics.
Man, that's great. Yeah, I get an exclusive Steelbook too. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. The Jabba mission, I believe it's let's look at Star Wars Outlaws on this wonderful website here, and I believe the Super the Greatest edition with the Jabba the Hutt is the gold edition, which is a hot $109.99.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yay!
Includes the season pass. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you could get to play up to 3 days early with the gold edition, which by the time Target ships it to you, you'll probably be like a week late. So there you go. So, and you get to play the Jabba the Hutt on there. So
that's awesome.
Good for those people. But yeah, I'll be buying just the base edition. Thank you so much. So, all right, next.
I have a question.
Sure.
So if it had been like the 100 and like the big boy to get the Steelbook, would you have bought it?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's just the base edition.
I'm not gonna challenge you. I just want to know.
I'm also buying Assassin's Creed Shadows Day 1 from Target because of said steelbook. So the Ubisoft's nefarious pre-order plan is working on at least one gamer out there.
Yep. It was like, I gotta have it. Do, 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 do.
Come Thanksgiving when I see you guys buying Star Wars Outlaws for $22, make you holla. I'll be all sad, but I'll look at that steelbook and say,
"Yeah, that's all though. You can cry, you can shine that steelbook with your tears. It's like,
damn it." All right, moving on. Next news story. There's more information about Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake on here. So, yeah, the remake will have several new scenes featuring protagonist Father Ortega on here. So, not only are they including all of the script from the original Super Famicom, Super Nintendo Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior 3 on here, there are new episodes as well. So, the new episodes include several new scenes which shine a spotlight on the protagonist Father Ortega, giving players a better understanding of the man himself and his quest. On here, the story also features new formidable foes, which give fans even a more enriching experience of the Dragon Quest III narrative on there. So, and kind of cool that there's extra stuff with this remake on there, so I kind of have to give it up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's coming out in November. I'm picking it up on PlayStation 5. I don't know if you're doing the same, Des, or not, but
yeah, I will. I mean, I'll probably. It's so this is my craziness, my craziness. So I have it for Nintendo. So
for the Switch, yeah, I do too. Yeah, I got the original.
Yeah, so most likely I will buy it twice. I don't know why I'm going to do this, but I probably will buy it for both systems.
Just double dip on both physical on both
no. I probably will buy the physical for the Switch, and I'll buy the digitally for the PS5.
Got it.
That's usually what I do. I don't know why I do that, but I do it. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I just do it.
I did look at the collector's edition, but as we talked about when they originally announced the release date, yes, I'm not going to pay $200 Square Enix for like 13 acrylic stands. Now you could take those stands away. I don't like that trend.
Yeah. It's not it's not. I need an art book. Give me an art book, and I would have bought it. Give me an art book, a soundtrack, something that's a little bit more, just something
substantial.
Yeah, exactly. Because right now, that's not what's up, sir. It's not what's up.
All right, and going to end our Jabroni Gaming News. We're talking about some announcements and release dates. So if you have been waiting with bated breath for Vampire Survivors to make it over to the PlayStation, guess what? It's dropping. It's coming out late August on October 29th. It'll be released on PlayStation 4 and 5. All the game's DLC will be released on PlayStation platforms on the same day as well. So the game has received several DLC packs, adding new characters, weapons, and environments to the game. And I also received crossover content with games like Among Us on there. And obviously this game has already been out for everything, and I'm not sure why it's taken this long to come out. Possibly maybe an Xbox Microsoft money hat, possibly. You never know. But basically plans to bring Vampire Survivors to PlayStation consoles was announced back in May on there, alongside Contra-themed DLC as well. So that will be making its way out same day as all the other DLC. So any excitement to play this on the PlayStation, Des?
Nope.
I mean, nope, not at all.
I've already watched everyone play it. I've already watched everyone and their mama play it, so I'm good.
I'm kind of curious myself, because I'd never tried it when it was on Game Pass. I probably should fire up, and if I'm really curious about it, maybe play it on there versus plunking down. I think this game is very affordable. Basically, I think in the PlayStation Store, I think it's like around like $5. I think so. Yeah,
it's not. The thing is, it's not that expensive, and even though this is like the OG, and that's great for being the OG. I honestly feel that there are better Vampire Survivor clones out there. So, I mean, if you feel like you really need to play the OG, play it, have fun, knock yourselves out. But there are, I feel that there are better, like much better. So
Bullet Heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. So just make it, you know. But that's my thought anyway. So
that's your thought. Okay. Kev, are you interested in any Bullet Heaven titles, Vampire Survivors?
I've looked at that gameplay, and it just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, actually, think about it. I'm looking at my Steam catalog, my list of games I own. Actually, I already own it on Steam. I totally forgot I did. So
of course you do. It's super cheap. That's the thing about it. It's like I would be surprised if you didn't already have it.
Yeah, I think it was like $5. It probably plays wonderfully on the Steam Deck too. I know that listener Goonie also said that he plays Vampire Survivor sometimes while he's watching TV or something. So I guess that's a thing to do on the deck if need be. So. All right, next thing to talk about, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. So they actually bumped up the release date on this, so it's going to be coming out instead. Previously planned on September 25th, they moved it up to September 12th on here. So final pricing has also been confirmed to be $44.99. So if you want to play this remaster, you do have to pay up a little bit. On here, it's going to be available day one in the West for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, Switch, and PC. So for Japan and the rest of Asia, the release date for Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is unchanged. It will launch on September 26th. So I know that there was a limited run physical edition that's still available for pre-order. Is that something, Kev, you're going to pick up, the physical, or are you going to buy it digitally and just say hell with it?
I wouldn't mind having a physical edition of this. It's just I kind of hear a lot of the horror stories for limited run. Mm-hmm. Folks waiting for a year and a half for their physical to come in. So that's what's kind of been having me kind of reluctant of placing an order for that. But I mean, I'm going to get the game regardless whether it's physical or digital.
How about you, Dez? You're going to pick this up?
I am. You know why?
Why is that?
I've never played this game. I have never played it. Not once have I ever played it. And I'm
I have it, but I'm just curious.
Actually, to say the truth, I think I might have played it at your house, like a long time ago.
Got it.
And I was just thinking about it. I'm thinking, you know what? I really should play this game. And then I was looking at the Repop edition, and I was looking at. It looked like it could be kind of fun, so I was like, all right, let's check it out. So yeah, I probably will end up picking it up.
Guess what, son? It's coming out on September 26th in Japan and in Asia territories, and the physical is actually coming out as well. And the physical does have both English and Japanese on it. So
that's one of the reasons why I was thinking about picking it up. God's honest truth. I saw it on Switch Watch, so I was like, oh, maybe this is a game that I need to add to my collection.
Yeah, you could book it. It's being bought when we're in Japan, so
maybe I'll have you guys pick me up a physical for PS5 if they have it, unless it's only physical for Switch.
No, it's physical. I'm looking at the PS5 version right now.
Yeah, it's both.
All right. Yeah,
pre-order at PlayAsia is $37.99, so it's like
it'll probably be that price in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
If not cheaper.
If not cheaper, yeah.
Yeah. I'll need you guys to pick me up a copy when you're out.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Keep that in mind. And last but not least, a game that's been a rare game to find, at least in the West. Final Fantasy 1 through 6 Pixel Remaster Collection is getting finally a wide release. So they are releasing the anniversary edition of the game on October the 8th. So it's going to be available for both PS4 and Switch in the West. It's available at Square Enix Store and other retailers as well. So the physical edition, if you do want to pick up the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collection, it's going to be $74.99. It'd be $75 for this collection on here. So
I already got it. I was very lucky.
I actually own the physical NTSC American Original, which was up to, I think, $1,000 on eBay. And
I got the Japanese one.
Now that this has been published out there, people were all crying because people out there wanted to get the North American edition PS4 version of this title, and so they were paying hundreds, even thousands of dollars for this thing, and now they have just reprinted and pressed it out. So
sorry.
But
be happy.
Yeah, be happy. It's available for everyone in case you want to have it physically. It is going in wide release. I've been debating about selling mine. I thought about, I could buy a new computer and just sell this one insignificant game or this game that I want to play, but I could easily just buy it digitally and play it that way, or play it on Switch or something like that too. So, but I know the new pressing does have a anniversary edition adage on the cover art. So I think in a way I'll probably just kind of hold out to see if the value of mine probably will go down, but probably will still retain its value over time, I think so. But
yeah, maybe
we'll kind of go from there. But I think it's kind of good on Square Enix. They should have never even made it that limited to begin with. It's just kind of a dumb decision on their part. But leave it to them to make them decisions. But hey, c'est la vie. But I know, Kev, turn-based RPGs are not your bag, so I don't think you're interested in any of these, right?
No.
Got it. Right. And that is the Jabroni Gaming News for this episode.
All right. So thank you so much for that, Jabroni Chief. Game night. New game night day or evening is Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And that's going to be the day and time that we set aside to play with our growing Discord community members. So if you like what we're doing on the podcast, if you like talking about games without all of the ridiculous nonsense that goes on Twitter or YouTube comments or wherever you frequent for your gaming information or gaming discussion, we'd like to invite you to give our little slice of the internet a chance. I think you'll enjoy it. We don't do any of the nonsense, none of the personal insults, none of that stuff. But we do talk and debate about gaming, but it's all done in good fun, and all points of view are respected. So if any of that sounds good to you, what you're going to want to do is head on over to the app formerly known as Twitter, currently known as X. And you're going to head over to @GamingVessels, GamingVessels. Click the link in the bio, and you're going to be in. So there is no merch that we were going to hawk at you, and there is no Patreon tier list we're going to ask you to pay for. We just ask that you be a good person who likes talking about video games. And if you meet that criteria, I think you'll find a good home aboard the good ship Gaming Vessel. So definitely want to invite folks there. And I think that's going to wrap up episode 256. Time to bring it to a close. We want to thank you for hanging out, cooling out, chilling out, without a doubt, with us this episode. So for Dez, a.k.a. the Bay Area Terror, a.k.a. the High Res Lover.
That's me.
A.k.a. the Cat Daddy, a.k.a. That Gamer Stepdaddy. And for Trader Joe, a.k.a. Jabroni Chief.
Yeah.
But you might also know him as the Food Max of Gaming, who can maximize your gaming dollar. I'm Shonuff71, a.k.a. Digadulamite.
That purple bling bling I'll remember, never forget.
And we'll be back next week, episode 257 for your ears. Peace.